Welcome, Aquarius, to your March mid-month astrology overview. Each calendar month is not linked to one zodiac sign because the sun travels through two. And at the heart of each month, from the 15th, is in the fourth week of the first of those visits. It's a time of culmination. We're working well with the energy. We've had practice for the previous 3 weeks. But then the sun transitions into a new sign and we have to adjust and start again. It's a huge period of each month, and I don't think that transition gets enough attention. In my new mid month series, I'm going to each month how that process. For you, Aquarius, the sun moves from Pisces to Aries across houses 2 and 3. You can watch this video from the perspective of your ascendant, sun, or the moon, but by the end of it, you'll have a clearer picture of what you can expect for finance, energy, work, and relationships. I'm astrologer Patrick Arundell. A very warm welcome. If you've yet to subscribe to the channel, please do so now. So on the screen on the 15th is your event chart. And there's the sun in the third decan of the sign of Pisces. The second house, Pisces may be very empathetic, sensitive, attunes to atmospheres, but the second house is in some part to do with our values and how we value ourselves, but it can be to do with everyday money. But Mercury, the planet of commerce, has been in a retrograde, and that may have created some snags. But also Mars is very close to Mercury. So it's possible from the 15th through to the 20th, when Mercury goes direct, there could be frustrations. And Mars being so close to Mercury, that can make you feel more easily exasperated. But look at the position of the North Node, the point of destiny, very close to Mars. Whatever you're passionate about, whatever you hold dear, that combination is very constructive. Now, also, we have the moon in your zodiac sign applying to Pluto. I think that's a reminder that although bringing money in is important, what's also important to Aquarius people is your values. So that's saying to you, be in touch in a powerful way with what is important to you as an individual. Now, the other cluster of energy is in Aries, and that's to do with quick, fast exchanges, your thoughts, belief systems, and can be to do with communications. Venus has been in a contact with your traditional ruler, which may have created some resistance. Maybe there was a tender spot around a connection with someone. Maybe it was around a business matter. But over the week from now through to when we have the vernal equinox and the sun moves into Aries, the sun is going to be applying to your modern ruler, Uranus, in a very constructive way. Now, Uranus has made it a bit tricky for us Aquarius people over the last 7 years to get any kind of routine going in terms of home and emotion. It's been very disrupted at times. Uranus is about higher truth, so there may be some frank exchanges in the family, but that constructive link suggests if you work from home, Uranus, particularly using technology, the ability to reinvigorate your finances is actually going to be very strong, despite the frustrations that Mars in that application to Mercury may have been creating. But remember, Mars gives you the desire to overcome. The other big takeout is Jupiter. Jupiter is now traveling forwards in your sixth house, which can give you more resources, more faith that whatever you're dealing with, if it is to do with your cash flow, if it is to do with something around a dietary issue, if it is to do with clashing with someone who sees things differently, Jupiter asks you to keep the faith. Let's fast forward then to the vernal equinox. There's the sun arriving in Aries, where it's exalted. It's about initiation, fresh beginnings, excitement. The ruler of the sign of Aries, Mars, is about passion. And the passion you have for your ideas is really going to be reinforced over the following month. But there could be some initial resistance because of meeting the dreamy Neptune for the first time in 150 years. in Aries. And then after about 4 or 5 days, Saturn, your traditional ruler. So maybe there is something that's just going to take a bit more resilience and a bit more fortitude to get through, but you can. But just know when it comes to that financial matter, which may have been snagging, or even your own self-worth, Mercury goes direct on the 20th, and Mars forges an absolutely sensational link with Jupiter. If you are pitching for a job, a contract, or trying to put more energy into organizing your life in a way which gives you a productive return, that's fabulous. Also, the fated conjunction between Mercury and the North Node suggests that through Mercury's retrograde, you will have actually rethought something and probably closer to who you really need to be in that situation than when you first went into it, despite the potential for frustration. Also on this chart, the moon's in a lovely link with Venus. And that suggests, despite the fact that there could be some serious conversations to be had, there can also be some very lovely and sincere ones too. So the big takeout in terms of the streams I mentioned, as far as relationships are concerned, there's nothing in your seventh house. Does that mean that there's no relationship action? Not at all. The second house can be very essential. And with Mars in the mix, if there is someone that you're drawn to and you both feel comfortable with one another, things could get steamy. But then again, if you're in a relationship where you have different values over money, sparks may have flown. But using the inventive energies of Uranus can see you come up with solutions for finances. And then once the sun moves into Aries, I feel that after that initial stutter, which is likely, things can really start to move forwards in a very constructive way for you. It's been a pleasure being with you, Aquarius. If you've yet to watch your Jupiter Direct video, please see that on the screen. Venus in Aries. You can get your free daily horoscope fired to your device each morning by clicking on the link below. I've been writing them for years, and it gives you that chance to have that cosmic pit stop each day. And also, if you'd like to work with me one-to-one, please see my testimonials below. If you'd like to order your personal horoscope, great value, very accurate, totally unique for each person, therefore. 50% off, please apply Astro 26 at the checkout for Natal or Draco 26 for the Draconic, the Soul Karmic version. All the best, Aquarius, and goodbye.